get the study out the way, and then maybe get some progress in on that concept art piece for Frankenstein, because I've been procrastinating on that a lot. So right now, I just need to study. Thank you. Thank you. Try to keep myself busy. Nice. Wait. All right, it's September 1st. Never mind. All right. All right. Chainsaw Man comic. That sounds pretty cool. What's the premise? It's like, no, pretty happy with it so far. Right? You could possibly like post it up on the Whip channel and Ryan's Discord. That could be cool. All right. Pretty goofy story. Alright, like some goofy shit. I'd like to see it. No, I think I can find it on the Discord. I'm good. Alright, I'm seeing it right now. Looks like you're not done with it. I could see Makima, Power, not sure who that other one is. And I'm pretty sure the unfinished sketch is Denju. I mean, looks okay. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Just keep chugging along. Chugging along, man. Keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Something's on. I don't know. How about this? Alright. DM it. I mean, I don't really think that matters. I mean, I've seen it. It's obviously not done. I think this, like, I don't know. This is advice I don't follow, but like, I feel like one thing you could do is like you could work at that comic and like don't talk about it, don't show it to anybody until it is done. It's obviously advice that I don't follow, but I feel like, you know, if you continuously show your progress to people, then you won't get any good incentive to finish it, because in the end you're already like getting like, you know, validation for it. And if you don't finish it, then what's the point? I feel like you should just finish your work first. Like, finish that thing. And then show it to people. And then you can reap the benefits. It'll feel that much better. Cause like, hey, I finished it. I did this all by myself. It feels good. Feels good. I reached that mountaintop. I wonder if I could possibly like Ryan streams from his iPad. Could I do that? How does Ryan do that? Nah, it doesn't matter. I guess you got a point. I honestly missed about coloring it soon. I know I want to ink it, but I want to color it too, but I'm not really wanting to use my gel pens. My alcohol markers will feed through my sketchbook. Well, I think one method of doing it is you can, like, hopefully you're not doing the comic like you know, one side and then the other side, because you know, that's really not gonna be helpful for what I'm trying to do, for what I'm trying to tell you. What I would say is use microns or ballpoints to ink whatever you got, and then scan it, and then you don't have to use Photoshop. You could use Krita, that's free. I'll type it in. Krita's like Photoshop, but free. And what you could do with this program is you could color your comic with it. I mean, personally, I don't know. I'm not a fan of coloring my comics. I've tried it with the recent Warhammer project that I'm still doing. You have Krita? Oh, then great. This will be easy. Basically, use that program to color your comic book, and use ballpoint pens or microns if you got them to ink your stuff. And that's how you could you know, ink and color it. You don't have to use markers if they bleed through, especially through sketchbook paper. You could essentially use microns, ink it, and then essentially take the you can essentially take the you can take the I am low energy here. I don't know why. I slept in today. You could use the microns to ink it, and then Krita to color it. Granted, you know, coloring is going to be difficult, but you're gonna have to essentially like you. Well, you're gonna have to. I think for rage quitting, well, you're gonna have to basically kind of like, you know, work on that patience there. I don't know why you're rage quitting. Quite frankly, all you have to do is just press Control Z. That's it. Okay. Sure. I mean, what I'm saying is that you don't have to rely on markers to, you know, to get stuff done. What I would do, right? It's like for like, I don't know, for university, I would use oil paints. Not because I wanted to, because I had to. And honestly, nothing. No, not that there's anything wrong with oil paints. I respect oil paints as a medium, and I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the future, I'd come back to it again, but I mean, I just wanted to do this. I paint all the time, not with oil paints, but with digital medium. There's no smell, there's no limit. You don't have to get any new brushes, you know? With digital media, there's an advantage. It's more cost effective. You know, it's more accessible. You draw on tablet, not on computer. Yep. Speaking of drawing, how are your fundamentals? Is that what that was? I mean, yeah, I see it now. I didn't think about it. That it did look very video gamey. So yeah. Did look very video gamey. All right. I mean, like, one thing I would do to practice, and this is because this is something I would often do because I live in New York and we have a transportation system. Is that what I would do is I would grab a pencil and I would sketch people on the train, and over time, you know, I would do it more and more, and I'd get better at it. Like, you could do life drawing, like stuff like that. Would like, whenever you get the chance, just life draw. Live draw whenever you can. Just give me a second. I know I might seem unresponsive. I am looking for something. Perdón, con permiso. second. Okay. Mope, thank you. Thank you. Hey, it's the name of the stream. Stream until I go pro. I'm drawing until I go pro. You know, okay? I do this every day. You know what I'm saying? I do this every day. Because that's how you can get, that's how you make it. You draw every day. Also, um, live drawing, can I be honest? I've always thought that live drawing was kind of strange. Can I ask what your opinion is on that and why you've done it? Okay, well, the reason why live drawing, I've done, like, okay, so basically, I've, when I was younger, I went through a specialized, like, a technical school. You know, I think from, like, I grew up in kind of like in Inwood, New York, which for a long time was a rough New York, was a rough, like, environment for me. Uh, I think, and no, let me finish. And throughout the entirety of my life, I didn't exactly know what to do with my life. Like I didn't know who I wanted to be. I would bounce back from like from from like from job to job. It's like when teachers would ask me, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, I'd be like, I want to be a computer technician like my dad or a boxer. And then I'd say stuff that I wouldn't really mean. And then, then I had this friend named Jamil who would draw like Sonic all the time. And then over time, I drew Sonic over and over and over again, and I slightly got better, but in the end, like that was like technically, I can look back at those pictures. I don't know where they are, but I can already tell that they're not really that good. Then I drew Dragon Ball Z. That's pretty. Technically, it's like it looked cool from like a 13-year-old's perspective, but like technically, it didn't really look all that good. And then my dad dropped me off at the Art Students League, and from then, I got exposed to many different ways of practicing drawing. For example, life drawing. Life drawing is basically like it's when you're life drawing, you're hitting multiple like aspects of art. You're hitting gesture, you're hitting anatomy, that's very important. And when you're drawing, you're essentially like you're capturing life. That's what that is. And it kind of might seem strange because of like in a live drawing session, you're drawing a person most likely naked, but it doesn't have to be like that. You could draw a person, with clothes on. You could draw people on the train. You don't have to, and quite frankly, it's only weird if you make it weird. It's only weird if you make it weird. The reason why they're naked is because it's like, well, you gotta you gotta be familiar with the body, with the human form. like all those Greeks. It's like all those Greek sculptures. It's like all the Greek sculptures are. They're pretty much like they're not. They don't really have much clothes on. Because the Greeks knew the importance of the human form. Because in the end, like, I don't know, it's like a communication thing. Like, human beings are very expressive creatures. It's like you can, how I don't know, maybe it's because you're on the spectrum like I am, but can you like, you can already tell how a person is feeling through the physical cues that they have. That is very true, exactly. And by the way, if you're like, you're 16, you obviously like, it's probably don't have a lot of cash on you, which is understandable, If you wanna do life drawing, well, you don't have to like, go to go to a life drawing session. You could go to quickposes.com. Very reliable. You can go to Pinterest, but a lot of AI stuff on Pinterest. That kind of sucks. And you don't have to, Go to Quick Poses. That's free. Draw people on the train or the metro or whatever public transportation is called in the UK. Do you have a phone? I don't know. I feel like if you use Quick Poses on your laptop, it might be blocked, or you might get in trouble, because it's like you're in the library trying to study. Yeah, filthy clankers, tin skins, wirebacks, Game Boys. Just you could just, you if you can access the internet with your phone, you can essentially go on Quick Poses, and boom, bada bing, bada boom. You're good. Yeah, well, Quick Poses, when you're like at Quick Poses, they have the option where you can essentially like draw the models nude, So yeah, and like, of course it'd be blocked at your school. And honestly, even if you could access it, I don't think it'd be like it wouldn't be a good idea to try and like paint or like live draw in school hours, because like what if like you're in the library, you're doing your thing, and then like an adult or faculty member who essentially works at the school catches you on Quick Poses drawing, and the model is female and nude. It's like, now guess what, you're in trouble now, because they think that you're like you're watching porn on some like in the school library. And then word travels around, and then boom, your classmates won't let you hear the end of it, and all the girls in your school will think that you're a creep, because they heard that you were watching porn in the school library. So, But, yeah, no, it's life drawing. Very important. Very important. Okay? No library in your school? That's wild. Almost every school I ever had a library of some sort. Just chock full of books. Every school, even the crappy one I went to when I was in middle school, a library. I mean, of course, there'd be girls at your age, your age range at the school you go to. I mean, where else would they be at? Yeah, but no, seriously. Life drawing would do you some good. And quite frankly, just, draw every day. Just do it every day. Do it every day. Thing is, I donated all of your books you had to the school so you could make space for all your comic books many years ago. You still haven't seen some of those books. I mean, education system, man. I don't know. Yep. Draw every day, man. Level up them skills. Yeah, no, of course. When you, I think, when you stop doing something for a while, it can be awkward at first because those skills have atrophied. But, when you get back into doing it, they'll come back. It's like I've heard of people who stopped working out, right? And at first, it's awkward, but over time, they get back in the swing of things. They get back their gains. You know? It's like they never left. I mean, as much as that working out isn't like you don't have to like lift heavy weights to work out. You know, if you don't have like access to a gym because you're saving, then I suggest, I don't know, go on a run, go on a jog. That's what I did. Went on a jog the other week, got myself like some a good workout in. Granted, my legs were sore for the next day and a half, but that's what happens. No pain, no gain. Honestly, I feel like I should do it later. Alright? I mean, I feel like running would like help with cardio, you know? Make your heart work better. I feel like when you get older, your heart could be your biggest liability. Yeah. Let's do that. Hopefully you're in a safe neighborhood. Legs are numb. Feet are numb. Just gonna... Professionals zoom out. Amateurs zoom in. But I can't help it. forces. Really cool. Hi. That is a pretty good tune. I should work out to that more. I honestly work out to metal. Gets me so pumped in my room. Let's go. Come on. I think the one for a while, the one song that I've used to help me sleep was the Guts theme. Matter of fact, I'll put it on. Put it on, because it's my stuff. Can you hear that? Probably not. Right there. You know, on now I was 22, on certain nights where I'd be unemployed, I put this on to calm myself down. You know what I'm saying? jam. That was my jam. It calmed me. The makes sense. Makes sense. Must be a different time in the UK. Liz's art. You just saw live, so you joined? All right. Well, welcome. What it do? Thank you for being. It's. This is our. How is it going? I mean. Okay. Okay, it's good to know that I'm good. Also, oh really? You do digital art too? And yeah, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna attempt that, my man. Your user tag is like hieroglyphics. I can't even understand that. But thank you for saying my art's great. Thank you for your kind words. And it's okay. Wait, soul. How do you? What is your tab? Like, what is your actual username? You asked AI to make your PFP, man. That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. I'm looking like Liz. I'm looking at your channel right now. I see a lot of your drawings, and it's not that bad. It's really good. I'm seeing your drawing. You drew John Cena. You drew Daddy Yankee, Caleb, one of your brother's friends. You can't draw yourself. You gotta outsource the data. You gotta outsource the your talent to Chat GPT. It's like, oh, you're new to it? Hey, it doesn't matter if you're new to it, all right? You gotta grind it out. All right? Just because you're new to it, grind it out. I mean, look. How else did you expect Somov? Okay, how did you expect Arnold Schwarzenegger to get buff? He didn't outsource working out to a robot. he picked up heavy stuff and he put it down consistently throughout many years. He also used a lot of steroids, but you know that's not relevant. All right, he put in that work. You gotta work hard. All right, that hard work. Hard work. Do this shit every day, my girl. Come on. Also, Somoff. Let's see that. Okay. I want to see what your channel's also like. And okay. You know what? Also, Liz. I just subscribed to you. Yes, listen to Somoff. Practice, Liz. You will succeed. No problem. Right? Matter of fact, one thing I want to see, Liz. I want to see you draw yourself and make that your new profile pic. Draw yourself. Also, thank you for subbing, but we're like, thank you. Liz, I want to see. I want to see you draw yourself. That's not good enough. I want to see the actual drawing on your profile pic. All right. I want to see you draw yourself, put it on your profile pic, and I want that to stay. Okay? Because this is what art is. It's humanity expressing itself. Yeah. Listen to Somoff. Somoff may not have any videos on his YouTube channel, but he's still wise beyond his or her years. Somoff, are you still in the chat? Yes or no? I'd like to ask you a question. Are you what gender do you identify with? This is not me being mean. I just want to know, what are your pronouns? You're still in the chat? That's awesome. What are your pronouns? Are you a he, a she, a they? I don't know any of the pronouns because, well, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really all that, you know, streets ahead when it comes to being woke. If this is uncomfortable for you, then you're a female. Okay, listen to Somoff. Listen to her. She's wise beyond her years. Practice, you will succeed. She has graced us with her wisdom. Dang, two dudes, I mean, I don't know. Let's not make a thing of it. Let's not make a thing of it. Yeah, I'm not the wokest guy. I'm not the wokest guy. I'm not streets ahead. I'm not, you know, I ain't streets ahead on like the problems of the world and the youth and, you know, all that stuff. Soul, yes, W's in the chat for Soul. Matter of fact, here you go. Of course. Of course. Okay, now let's see the let's see the. Oh, there you go. See? Right there. Right there. Hand drawn as God intended. As God intended. See? Already so much better. So much better. You learned that from your art teacher? I had many art teachers throughout my time. I'm 25. I don't know why I'm talking about like I'm an ancient being. Then again, I don't know. Compared to most people in here, I am pretty ancient. You know, came from a time where Kids Next Door was a show. Most of you don't remember that show. But I had a lot of art teachers growing up, and I think one that was, I think, the most influential for me is Mr. Weinstein. Wait, you just remember something? 4 days ago was Jack Kirby's birthday, and you need to draw something for your friend's birthday on Wednesday? Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, go ahead, do it. Yeah, draw him something for Zell. Yeah, yes, of course. Of course. And, Jacob. Okay. Okay. 25 is not old, alright? Okay. 25, not 52. Alright? I'll have you know. Okay, I could still bend my knees. I can still stand up without the use of help. I still got some more time left in me. What kind of sick and twisted world are we living in where 25 is old? Just wild. You can't? Bad knees? Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. I am funny? Well, thank you. I don't really think, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. It's, I mean, I don't know. I don't really think I'm funny on purpose. But, you know, thank you for the compliment. And your friend is quite a Nintendo guy, and him and I are big Zelda fans. It's probably a progenitor for what foreshadowed becoming a weeb layer, and besides RWBY. Oh, so that's your gateway drug to weebdom? Alright, I think my gateway drug was Dragon Ball Z. No, actually no, Sonic. I know you're not being for real. my gateway drug to being a weeb, quote unquote, was Sonic the Hedgehog. Then again, I'm also on the spectrum, so of course Sonic the Hedgehog was gonna be a huge, you know, huge figure in my childhood. Yeah, I drew him all the time when I was 10. But I grew out of it. Thank God. Because if I didn't, I'd end up being Christian. And that man has lived a pretty hard life. I'll tell you that much. And I used to joke around. So, what's my race? Oh, I'm also Hispanic. I'm Afro-Latino. I am Dominican. But yeah, I'm Afro-Latino, so it's a lot of people get on my ass because it's like when I say I'm Dominican, people are like, I know black, I'm Dominican. It's like I accept the fact that I'm black. It's I don't know. I have a weird relationship with my heritage and racial background because it's sometimes it's like, well, first off, when you grow up in America, it's it's like you're exposed to English and you're exposed to American media, which is like predominantly white for the most part. And it's like, and you put yourself in these environments where it's mostly Afro-Latino, and I sound really white, and I don't really exactly fit in well with the others. I wasn't black enough to be accepted by the black kids, and I wasn't Latin enough to be accepted by the Latinos. And I that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I felt. That's towards my racial stuff growing up. I mean, now I'm better, marginally better at Spanish because I had to be for work. But aspects of that still kind of remain, where it's like I try to talk to people in Spanish and I pause for a bit because I'm trying to figure out the words, and you're like, it's okay, and it's like, no, just let me finish this. I need this. All right, let me finish this. I need this. That's enough about me. So you're Latin, Liz? Oh, for real? What happened? When I was little, my parents only talked Spanish. They only speak English? Yeah. It's like one of the struggles of being an immigrant. One of the big struggles. Born here? Well, I wasn't born here. I was born in DR. Oh, Puerto Rican? PR? Alright. And also, Chainsaw Man is your favorite ever because Fujimoto is someone you look up to and someone you relate to? Alright. my favorite manga, I think it's obviously Akira. I wish I had like a webcam to show you my stuff, but yeah, just so you know, behind me is a bookshelf, and that bookshelf contains every volume of Akira, and I've collected that through like a, I think I collected that through like a long period of time, like throughout a span of years. I think I got volume 3 while I was still in college. Then I got, I think, volume 2 still in college, I think. Volume 1, college. No, actually no, volume 1 was like after graduation, right? I think when I graduated, I was given a specific set amount of money, and I used that to buy everything. I also got a Katsuhiro Otomo art book that I treasure to this day that my mom gave to me on Christmas. Okay, you know Spanish a lot, but you don't understand it. I can understand what that's like. Ghost in the Shell? Oh yeah, no, I think I also have that manga. Ghost in the Shell. Masamune Shiro. I really love this Appleseed works. You've been on your phone for 4 hours. By all means, come on, leave. The last thing we need is someone who's terminally online. Come on, touch some grass. Breathe in the fresh air. You're young, Liz. Enjoy it while you can. You'll come back next time I'm live. I look forward to it. Also, Soul Moth, you have a bunch of Junji Ito mangas on your shelf? Actually, I don't have that. I do have manga, but it's like One's Vagabonds. I have a lot of Naoki Urasawa. I have Fist of the North Star, one Dragon Ball Z manga volume, one Berserk volume, and 2 One Punch Mans, and then Akira Toriyama's Mega Theater. Goodbye, Liz. Keep drawing. Remember, AI isn't your friend. Alright? Make more drawings. Remember what Soul Moth said. Huh? Come on. Stay goated. Stay goated. Quick question. If I don't know, this might be a shot in the dark, but if I did a art book collection video, would any of you watch it? Oh, you know, oh yeah, dude. Oh my god, speaking of which, I've been watching the Monster anime on Netflix, but I never finished it. Maybe I should do that. It was getting good. I don't know why I stopped. No? I mean, the guys at Studio Gaga, they're like taking their time, which, fair enough. That you check it out? Nice. Something for me to consider. I would flex that. I'd flex all my books. It's like, yeah, check out my bookshelf. Check out my bookshelf. What's up? Man, you broke boys. You ain't got no bookshelf like me. Yeah, it really is pretty good. I think my favorite part of Monster was basically like when after the head of like the main character's hospital dies, like she recently dumped him because like the main character decided instead of putting the less fortunate people at the bottom of the wait list, it's like I'm there for them, I'll protect them. And then basically it turns out, it's like he fumbled a giant promotion and his girlfriend dumped him. And then she came back as soon as her dad died, and he was like, nah, I know who you are now. I know exactly who you are. No, get out of my face. I was like, yeah. I'll tell you, Koji Mori recently said that the chapters that they're planning on working on are something that Miura had a lot of difficulties with. Okay, so that makes sense. The original author had like some difficulties with that chapter, and that's probably gonna be something that he's gonna have a lot of challenges with, which, fair enough. I mean, it's your friend's legacy, and he passed away, and you want to do right by your friend. Honestly, one thing I hope would happen is that I don't know, I'd like to know how Berserk ends before I pass this mortal coil, Alright. Also, one more thing. Go to channel. Solmov. I have subscribed to you. I mean, yeah, they are probably going to go to war with Falconia, but the Cushions are like a very formidable fighting force. Hey man, no problem. No problem. You were kind enough to stop by my stream when no one else would. If anything, I wanted to. Thank you. The Cushions are a very formidable fighting force. Like, they were like in the Golden Age, they were like a big problem for the Vanilla Hawk. So odds are it's going to be it's looking to be very like a very interesting fight, interesting war. And also Solmoth, you're super. All right, thank you very much, Solmoth. Thank you very much. I heard that Kentaro Miura was a big Star Wars fan. I mean, I think Kentaro Miura is a big like sci-fi fan, but you know, it maybe yeah. How do I think Berserk is going to end? Well, it could go many ways. One way it could go is that essentially it's going to end with either Guts essentially kind of like, I don't know, like sacrificing something. Like it's not going to end with like the prototypical happy ending where essentially, you know, like, hey, you know, it's like everything's all right. Casca and Guts are together. Griffith's dead, and everything's right with the world. I mean, Griffith is probably going to die, but it's probably going to take a lot to do so, seeing as how he's essentially kind of like a god-like apostle who can warp reality. Odds are, essentially, like Griffith is essentially he has two forms. He has Femto. Actually, no, he has multiple forms. He has like Femto, then you know his default form, and then like the Moonlight Boy. And I feel like the Moonlight Boy is going to essentially be a big, like an unforeseen weakness that Guts has now, you know, no, that Griffith has, because in the end, they share the same body. Okay, you're right back. Gotta unlock the door for my dad. Okay, go ahead. And essentially, the Moonlight Boy is Casca's and Guts' unborn son that Griffith corrupted through his violation of Casca. And odds are that essentially the Moonlight Boy might subconsciously manipulate Griffith into doing stuff that is, that's not what he intended to do. And through that could be like a instrumental part of taking him down. Also, I don't know. This could be a rumor, but odds are Zod might betray him. Zod might betray Griffith. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I have seen how Zod has been looking at Griffith, and it's like, you know, Zod might have been looking at him in a kind of in a type of where it's like, you know, he's a bit concerned where it's like, oh man, this guy got too much power. I don't think I like this. This might, you know, I don't know about this, Chief. I mean, quite frankly, like, one thing's for sure is that I feel like, I don't know, there's like a giant cycle, and I feel like the Skull Knight has been, you would have loved to see Miura make a sci-fi. I mean, Miura's made a lot of stuff. Quite frankly, he's like, there's this manga that he's made called Japan, and I've cut off the music. Give me a second. My B. Kentaro Miura's Japan. And basically, it's about essentially a couple of Yakuza guys who yeah, probably that might probably the move. Like Guts wins, but he does it at the same time because like in the end, what happened with Casca and not being able to kind of like because like last time, like before Casca was kidnapped, she couldn't even look at Guts without going into like a massive breakdown because what happened at the eclipse was just so traumatic. So yeah, like there's even like a part where it's like in the manga where it's like when that happens, it's like it's like things will never be the same again. Like what you want isn't gonna be what she wants. Like stuff like that. Yeah, possibly. Zod is kind of like Battle Beast. He's had like a lifelong rivalry with the Skull Knight. I think it'd be Skull Knight. Because Skull Knight has been at this longer than Guts. Maybe. You could talk about this on a call. Maybe that could be something I could do. Have a call-in show. But not today. Not today. Typing is tedious. Typing is tedious. You know what is also tedious? The concept art project that I'm making for Lightbox that I'm probably going to have to get back to. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I think Okay, so I think we're transitioning into another thing. So, for this project, yeah, I kind of find it badass that he's also King Geyserich. It explains a lot. It really does. These are so cool. Why, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you think these are cool, because I worked on them for a while. What are you talking about? So Moth, you're back. You know, I think okay. So basically, for this project right now, so far, I've done some designs for. This is for Frankenstein, really. Matter of fact, I'll show you the monster right here. Here's the monster. He doesn't really have a name, but I gave him one. His name's Proteus. This is Proteus. This is my boy. This is essentially like what the monster is going to look like. I haven't exactly put any final concepting down. These are basically initial designs. And then this is Liz, Frankenstein. And then the good doctor is somewhere here. Lay good doctor is... Oh, here it is. This is Dr. Frankenstein. So these are like the main character designs that I'm doing. And then afterwards, I might work on some keyframes here and there. One of like a scene of Frankenstein, and then the others for something else. I also would like to work on. Give me a second. This thing. This is for a give and take challenge. Basically, the creature here is a war bride, and basically this takes place in, like, I think ancient Celtic times, and what happens is that there's a raid, and this soldier essentially loses everything: his wife, his kids, and this empathetic but dark spirit essentially decides, I can help you get them back. But he doesn't know that that the that there's going to be like a massive price to for what he seeks. And I'd like to make an illustration of the main design of her, which is this one. But right now I'm busy with this. Speaking of which, I have to. Dr. Frankenstein looks like Oscar Isaac. Yeah, maybe. Might have to change that. Speaking of which, I have to go to the little artist's room. So just gonna write this down. These girls look badass and creepy. Alright, so which ones? Like these girls or these girls? 1 and 4. Oh, okay. Thank you. No, this was meant to be badass and creepy. If it were these, oh, then something has gone insanely wrong. Insanely wrong. All right. You like 1 and 4. Honestly, for 1, this was like from an idea that I had, where it's like, you know, it's a Conan comic, or basically Conan faces off against a cult, like of like Cthulhu worshippers, and the mask over here, like if you notice, like, you know, there are tassels on the mask, right? And those were meant to like symbolize tentacles, but you know, it doesn't really matter now. 1 and 4. Yeah, no, the main design is based off of 4, but yeah, no, I gotta go to the bathroom. Give me a second. I'll be right back. For now, you know, just enjoy the visage of Monster. Okay. Back. Okay. You love Conan? Has more he needs more. Need more of his comics and books? Yeah, like there are some. I think. There's a new Conan the Barbarian comic book. The artist on this, it's this new Conan artist. His name is Robert de la Torre. He's Italian. His stuff on Conan is just amazing. I've been told by Ryan that he is essentially just John Buscema, just reborn, and that's awesome. And quite frankly, if there is a trade paperback that I see on like a paperback that I see with his work on it, I'm buying it. I am buying it. No questions asked. But yeah, no, I think you know what? Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna. Gotta match the height. Match that height. And then just not for Marvel. I don't know, man. I like his Marvel stuff. I particularly like his Thor stuff. Quite frankly, I think John Romita Jr. is like one of the more like influential comic book artists out there. Like, why else would his work be on how to draw comics the Marvel way? Looking for something. I'm looking for something. Come on. Sorry about this. There you are. All right. No one is to say, but the memory gone. you better chill with that clanker where when our AI overlords eventually take over, they're gonna look at your search history and they're gonna then from then on they'll decide your fate. Yeah, no, of course. I think they might not like you. It's like when the robots eventually take over, when Skynet eventually just does its thing. They'll look at your history. It's like, no, send him to the mines. He called us clanker one too many times. You know. But yeah, no, it's I think I love the work of Mobius. Like, I respect Jacob Kurtzberg and his work. Of course, my favorite character of his is like Mr. Miracle, but quite frankly, the work of Mobius is something that to be like in my work, in my opinion, is something to behold. Because the imagination and like the texture, like everything, it's just it's a lot to me, you know. Quite frankly, like if I could copy, if I had the if I could copy one artist the most, it'd be him. And Kim Jung-gi and Katsuya Terada and like Maya. It's just there's so many good artists out there, man. So many. All right. When Boston Dynamic, when Atlas, when Boston Dynamics comes out with some Terminator shit and it it breaks free and takes over the world, don't say I didn't warn you. They'll put me in a breeding zoo. They're gonna put you down in the mines. I'll be chilling. You'll be just, mining away. Nah, I'm just kidding, Okay. Yeah, dude, no, it's Frank Frazetta's the GOAT. Like, apparently, like, okay, so basically, Frank Frazetta, he didn't want to be an artist, he wanted to be a baseball player, which is just wild to me. It's like everything that he did, every piece that he did insanely quickly because he just wanted to get it out of the way so he can like just keep on working out, keep on playing baseball, and keep on spending time with his hot wife. Yeah, apparently like a lot of like the women in his paintings were based off his wife, and it's like god damn, like isn't that just so cool? Like dude, you know, it's like hey, I paint myself, because I'm insanely jacked. Then I paint my wife. Then I bang my hot wife. Then I lift weights and play baseball with the bros. Dude, that's like that is the most that is the manliest artist to ever live. It's like every time like it's. Meanwhile, here I am, just just afraid to draw like. This is embarrassing. It's like I'm afraid of drawing. Yeah, living the best life, So I'm off. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I can't even draw like the second pair of eyes because I'm afraid that that I'll get it wrong. You know. And he's like, whatever, I'll just, just do this thing, a little bit of here, a little bit of there, boom, bada bing, bada boom. I'm done. I'm gonna go draw. I'm gonna go, paint baseball now. I'm gonna go, no, not paint. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go play baseball with the bros now. It's like, dude, that's so cool. Also, W Butt, why thank you. Why thank you, Resurrection's Aid. I take pride in my butts. I make sure that they're the most, toned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I work hard at them. You know? It's a trademark, really. You know it's my you know it's my piece because the butts are amazing, extra toned. It's like when I pass away, and they go over all the corpus of my works. It's like in an art museum or like a history book. It's like, of course, over here, this is Jacopo Emiliano's work. You can tell that it's his because almost every character, almost every person in this painting has insanely toned buttocks. Even the men. Which was strange, seeing as how he wasn't homosexual. But he did it. Mostly as a pride thing. Whenever his art directors would tell him, hey, don't, why are you giving this character an amazingly toned backside? He'd say, because I want to. And you're not going to do anything about it. That's what made him cool. That's what made him one of the most well-known artists in the 21st century. So thank you, Resurrection's Aid. I appreciate that. Matter of fact, hold on. You get a sub. You get a sub for that. I subscribe to your channel. Because you recognize my genius. And Solmoth, it might seem funny, but it's not funny. Just you wait, one of these days. One of these days. You'll be walking by a game store or like a train station, and you'll see one of my pieces out there, and you'll know it's mine, cause of the butt. Of course I am. I'm generous. That's who I am. Except for when it comes to money, Times is tough. I don't want to, I need that money. Wait, it's night in Scotland already? Alright. Good night, man. Good night, Madara. I'll see you on the next one. Okay. Hopefully this looks right. I don't know. You know what? Nah. Let's take this and boop. Thank God the overlay there. Hopefully this is. Where's blue? No. Hold on. Go. There you go. Yeah. Me too. Me too. If you need to work on your mill anatomy, I think, despite the fact that it has AI all over it, I think Pinterest is still a good resource. It's a good resource with plentiful, models. I mean, all you have to do is just go to Pinterest, type in male anatomy, and then, you're pretty much set. And then bada bing, bada boom. There you are. Dozens of shirtless men as far as the eye can see. It's a good thing none of my parents are walking in on me right now. Because that'd be kind of embarrassing. can just imagine it now. It's like, boom, son, hon. It's like, what the? Why is there shirtless men on your computer? It's like, that makes sense. That's why you couldn't get a girlfriend all these years. It's like, no, Dad, please. I'm not gay. I'm just terrible with women. Please, no. No. And then my entire family. Just what I need. Shirtless men. I mean, you wanted to work on your male anatomy. What better way to do it than pictures of shirtless men? Shirtless men, far as the eye can see. Just call it research. Just call it research, bro. Who doesn't? Educational purposes, of course. It's research. Why are there tissues in lotion? It's like, don't. My hands get really ashy, and my eyes. I'm going through a lot of allergies right now. All right, don't worry about it. It's research, bro. I don't know if I have to do some tweaks on this. Yep. Yep, I do. practicing. A lot of pain and suffering. But, you know, I got it. I reached that peak. Also, I know this might be a bit, you know, like e-beggy, but, do me a favor and, like and subscribe, please. It would, as it would help me, with the algorithm. It is very cold and fickle and mean, and it won't return my calls. Sorry for doing that in the middle of a conversation. I had to get that out there. It's something that YouTubers do, apparently. Yeah, no, like, basically just... I don't really understand the structure. I just, you know, I do my best, and, you know... I just correct, you know, I do my best with, you know, with hands. Like, I do my best, like, with practicing and studying, and, you know, I think it comes from, like, say, my experience with drawing in general. I went to, like, our high school, our college, you know, stuff like that. And that gives you a lot of time to, you know, perfect some stuff. But no, I'm not the biggest expert on hands. Okay. You know, I'm kind of, I don't know, kind of getting a bit hungry. I might put the kibosh on this stream soon. Not now, but soon. I'd like to get some professional eyes on this. I think it would help me a lot. Yeah, yeah, I might call it here. I might call it. It's about that time. Okay, so this is. I might come back. I'm going to come back to this on a later time. Might be today, might be tomorrow. Let's see what happens. But keep your eyes out. Uh, Thank you for joining me. Not, I'm serious. Like I never really got a lot of viewers, especially around this time. Um, you know, normally like when I stream, a lot of the time it's just nothing, absolutely nothing. And so you know, to see this much people here, especially if it's like what up to 4, really kind of like is a good motivator. So thank you for streaming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for 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 spending your time that you could have been obviously doing something else. You could have spent it on your phone. You could have spent it on yeah. Yeah, I get that all the time. I get that all the time. I'm underrated. Yeah. Yeah. Is it a shame? I mean, probably. But if I were famous, you know, if I were famous, I'm afraid of fame. Really, it kind of, it makes you like it inflates your ego. It gives you power, and it's like I'm afraid of like who I am when I get power. I might become like a terrible person, or like or I might be like just a victim to my vices. I don't know, but with this, it keeps you humble. Being underrated keeps you humble, and being underrated keeps you like working hard. You know, and thank you, thank you for spending time with me. You could have done anything else. You could have played video games. You could have been scrolling TikTok, but instead you decided to give a 25-year-old who's still living with his parents a chance. To that, I salute you. But this has to come to an end. I am hungry, and I would like to get some lunch. So, this is where it ends. Soulmoth, thank you for getting on with me. Resurrection's Aid, Madara, Liz, and whoever else in the chat. But this is goodbye for now. Adios, sayonara. No problem. Thank you for sharing your art with us. Okay. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Seid bien. Das vidania. Goodbye.